and welcome to this week's edition of NHIS in a Week. In the headlines, NHI donates emergency trolleys, chairs and boxes of nose masks to Lekma Hospital. CEO of NHI talks about the benefits of my NHIS app. NHI freed elderly care policy impactful. And the committee to regulate tariffs of private health insurance companies inaugurated. Now to the details. The National Health Insurance Authority has donated boxes of protective nose masks, emergency trolleys, and ergonomic chairs to the Lekma Hospital in Accra. The brief ceremony saw the NHI boss, Dr. Bernardo Koboy, handing over the items to the hospital to lessen the pressure on the few existing trolleys and chairs at their disposal.
So this morning, we are here to do some donation after having been around, having had engagement with Dr. Santi, my big sister, who is also the medical director. It became obvious that having some ergonomic chairs, that's chairs that are good to support staff when it comes to sitting for long and all that, will help with service delivery. So this morning we came with about 10 of such chairs to support, especially the outpatients department, OPD, when it comes to the work of medical or health personnel, let me put it that way. We know that the staff will sit on chairs, but when the patients come, sometimes they need a trolley to support them, especially for those who are not ambulatory. So health insurance, we also added one trolley to the items that we've brought. And since COVID has gone down significantly but has not vanished, we also brought some K95 masks to support service delivery. I realize that almost all your staff are in mask, so this is to support your work. Let me say that we don't want this relationship to be just an event. We want it to continue. So every now and then, at National Health Insurance Authority and the scheme, we want to have this continuous relationship with you.
The medical superintendent of Lekma Hospital, Dr. Jima Asante, thanked the NHIA for the gesture with beaming relief. She added that the items will immensely help the hospital in delivering health care to patients.
Dr. Koboy, on behalf of Lekma staff and management, I'd like to convey our deepest appreciation to you and your team, NHIA, for this donation. This morning, I told the nurse in charge of this donation, and you can imagine her joy. This is because, as you all know, we use equipment, and because of wear and tear, we always have to replace these equipment. And I'm very delighted that this has come in handy at this time, because you really do need chairs at the OPD. I would also want to say that thank you so much for this mutual collaboration we've had over the past years. Even when you are not here, you still think of us. And I always feel that we are on your priority list, because in every situation, you will jump to a call and even suggest what we could do. Your advice, your time that you spend with the patients here, when they know Dr. Koboy is around, there's some form of joy that is cannot be explained. And this is very commendable. We thank you so much. We thank you for the advice that you've been giving us to move the hospital forward. And I'm happy you are now in a position as a stakeholder, NHIA, to even drive the agenda forward. And we know that with you in the seat, healthcare in Ghana will be promoted. So on behalf of everybody, I say thank you for coming. Thank you for this donation, and God richly bless you.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
Dr. Jima Asante also praised the NHIA for the timely introduction of the digital platform for the registration of new members.
As a health personnel, I think that we have to now be moving towards smart facilities. And I think this app is an innovation. It will help us to get to where we want to get to in terms of digital transformation. It will speed up the time you need to renew your card, and it will bring other people on board, because now even if you are not, you don't need to walk physically to an office to get registered, even if you are a new registrant, and that's a good app. So I think it's a good idea.
The platform termed My NHIS app affords prospective members to digitally register and become members of the scheme with the use of the Ghana card. Third-party registration and renewals are also possible with this innovative platform. Dr. Okuboy reiterated the benefits of the app and called on all Ghanaians to take advantage and be part of the scheme.
Today, the first time in about 20 years, you can now register, even if you're a first timer, on an app that we have developed called the My NHIS app. If you go to Play Store, you can download it. On Apple Store too, you can download it. It's live. And with your Ghana card, you actually can be registered as a first timer, get a printout of your NHIS digital card, and you can attend the hospital with this card. In the past, you could renew your membership using a star 929, but only if you are already registered on the scheme. So in the past, necessarily, you have to come to our office before you can be a member. But now, that is not necessary. On your smartphone, you can become a member. And the good news is also that you can actually do third-party registration. So with the details of your husband's card, you can actually renew or register him on health insurance and send him the digital card.
Now, moving on, appreciating the elderly deserved maximum healthcare and reassurance. Ghana government has activated the national program for the aged, known as the Free Elderly Care Policy. This instant healthcare policy embedded in the National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced on December 9, 2022 to address the many health-related challenges faced by the older generation. This means the government is giving greater priority to covering the healthcare needs of vulnerable groups in Ghana, especially those within the age bracket of 70 and above. With the support of the Ministry of Health, the NHI Governing Board initiated the policy directive following the successful launch of the digital platform dubbed My NHIS last December. In fulfilling this policy, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, approved the policy pursuant to the National Health Insurance Authority Governing Board's bidding. The presidential assent signaled a strong political leadership needed to deliver the nation's UHC agenda successfully. The CEO of the NHIA, Dr. Okuboy, has reaffirmed his commitment to make the submission of claims fully electronic to reduce delay in claims payment. He said this when the staff of the various claims processing center of the authority met with executive management of the authority to discuss ways to revamp the CPCs to make its operations effective and beneficial to the authority. The Private Health Insurance Directorate of the authority has set up a committee to regulate tariffs of private health insurance companies in the country. At a brief ceremony at the head office in Accra, the CEO outlined the guidelines and terms of reference to guide the work of the committee. The National Health Insurance Authority is the regulator for all private health insurance companies in the country. FC Samatex played a midweek home game against Bechem United FC at the Samatex Sports Stadium last Wednesday. The district office team of NHIS was present to begin the registration. In all, 51 members were registered, 13 cards renewed, and 26 cards were linked with the Ghana card. The NHI has sponsored 4 new Premier League teams by registering their fans on home match days. Up next is Health Tip. This week on Health Tip, we take a look at hernia. Now, this is how we wrap up this week's edition of NHIS in a Week. For more stories, do log on to our website, www.nhis.gov.gh, and follow us on our social media platforms displayed on the screens. Thanks for watching.